All right, YouTube screen door repair fans, I've got a little tip for you here. When you're rescreening a screen door, you want to put your material on there and get about the same overlap on both sides, and make sure that this screening material's, pretty square to the frame. But once you do that and you start putting your whatever that's called, cord or piping in, that material can shift and get out of square. So put the material on the frame, get it squared up, get equal overlap on both sides. Then come over here to the middle of one side and start and push down an inch or two of that piping. And then check to make sure that everything's still square. And if it is, cut a little short segment of this piping. I've got a little bitty short segment of it right there, and shove it in up by this corner, and do the same thing down over here at the other end. Cut a short piece of that piping and shove it in down at that corner, and that's going to secure this edge, square to the frame with the equal amount of overlap. And that way it won't twist and get out of shape, so that when you get over to this side, you've got it all cocked out of position. So just start your piping down in the middle, make sure the screen is square, put a little piece there, put a little piece there, and then when you come down and run this in there, just pop that piece out and finish off your piece. Now you can do this in 4 pieces, or you can do it in 1 piece. I've usually done it before with just 1 piece of piping. But because I'm doing it this way, I just decided today to put 4 pieces. So there'll be a joint in each corner. Okay, so I've got my piping installed all the way to here. I'm going to pop that little piece out there and then finish that off. So that's a little temporary piece that I put in there just to hold it at the corner. And there's another piece like that down at the other corner. Okay, so I've got this side done. And then you'll notice over here, if you look up at that corner and down here at this corner, I've got about an equal amount of overlap. The grid is nice and square to the frame. This is just pulled down by gravity a little bit. I've got an equal amount of overlap here. So next I'll do this side the same way. Then I'll do the bottom and the top. And when I do the bottom and the top, I probably won't need to put any temporary pieces, because once this piping is in and this piping is in, that's going to hold the fabric square. All right, the piping is called spline. And I got the first part on the other side of the door down in there. I'm going to go to each corner and put the little pieces. I pulled this nice and taut and square before I secured that middle spot. All right, so there's my little segment of spline right there for this corner. And I got another one right up there. Now I can roll out that spline both directions and have a nice square fitting piece of material. All right, so there it is done. Material's nice and square. Without some kind of machinery or stretchers or something, there's no way you're going to get this super taut. But if you do it the way I showed you, you're going to get it taut enough, you're going to get it square enough. All I have to do now is just trim off the excess with a blade, and I'm done with this project. All right, there's the final product. You can see I've got that screen nice and square and as taut as you could want it to be without using clamps and stretchers and some sort of factory equipment. It's nice and square, everything's good. Since I got it apart, I might as well take the opportunity to lube the wheels with some Bow Shield. They'll run real smooth that way.